In the world of digital assets, we navigate a constant, an unavoidable tension.
Mm-hmm.
Security versus utility. We all live by that fundamental mantra. Not your keys, not your coins.
It's the first thing you learn.
It's a core tenet drilled into every crypto holder. Securing your life savings is, of course, paramount.
Yeah.
But here's the massive, unavoidable problem.
Right.
If this technology is truly going to be useful in the real world, those funds need to be quickly, legally, and conveniently spendable. You can't live your life with your assets locked in a digital vault. You can only open, like, once a year.
Not at all.
The question is, how do we build a robust, secure bridge between that deep, cold storage and the high-speed traditional payment rails?
That tension is exactly what our sources are tackling today. And what's fascinating here is that the information isn't just descriptive. It gives us a whole educational framework. We're given a foundational guide to crypto storage, which we can treat as the absolute baseline for security. And then we immediately jump into an emerging dedicated infrastructure solution designed explicitly to solve that spending challenge.
So our mission for this deep dive is to synthesize these options.
Exactly. Define the complex trade-offs involved in each choice, and ultimately deliver a clear, practical decision-making framework for you, the listener.
And we're pulling knowledge from a few distinct high-value source buckets today. We've got an advanced educational strategy document, a detailed 2026 security guide on crypto wallets, and then some very specific financial metrics and infrastructure details on a card issuing provider called PintoPay.
So we have the roadmap for securing the assets and the blueprints for making them instantly liquid.
Exactly.
And as you mentioned, we have to start with the non-negotiable baseline. The source guide begins with, Crypto Wallets 101, but we can assume you already know the basics of what a wallet is. For this deep dive, we really need to focus on the strategic implications of storage.
Because the stakes and the complexity have just dramatically increased in 2026.
They really have.
Yeah, this isn't just about defining terms. It's about understanding the evolving risk profile. You have to start here if you're managing assets, prepping for a meeting, or, just trying to stay current. The fundamental strategic decision comes down to the classic choice. Hot versus cold storage.
Yeah.
But let's analyze that trade-off through the lens of modern security and regulation.
That's the right pivot. So cold storage remains the gold standard for security. When we talk cold storage, we mean physical offline devices. Hardware wallets like a Ledger or a Trezor.
Right.
Their primary benefit is isolation. By keeping your private keys completely disconnected from the internet when they're not in active use, you essentially render them immune to remote hacking, malware, phishing attacks, all that.
So it's ideal for securing your life savings or, I guess, substantial long-term holdings that you don't intend to touch frequently. And that trade-off is palpable, isn't it? The physical isolation that makes it so secure is also what makes it so inconvenient. It's a deliberate hurdle placed in front of your own funds.
It is.
You have to physically interact with the device, often sign transactions manually, and potentially connect it to a desktop every single time. It's the highest form of protection, but, the lowest form of utility.
Precisely. And that lack of immediate utility is exactly why we need hot storage. These solutions are connected to the internet. They are online and available 24/7.
Okay.
And this category includes everything from, say, popular software wallets like MetaMask to the internal custodial wallets provided by centralized exchanges like Coinbase.
So they offer speed, immediate accessibility for trading, and easy integration with DeFi or Gaps.
All of that.
But that speed and convenience come at a definite cost. The risk profile is significantly higher, not just from external hackers, but often from user error, or critically, counterparty risk if you're using a centralized exchange that manages your keys for you.
That's the key distinction. Hot wallets, especially the self-custody software wallets, they still demand vigilance against phishing and malware. But if you're relying on an exchange's hot wallet, you're trading the risk of self-custody for the risk that the exchange itself might be hacked or suffer a catastrophic operational failure.
So the source guide really pushes a balanced strategy.
Strongly. Yeah. Only keep necessary working capital in hot storage for liquidity purposes and move everything else to cold.
So understanding this core trade-off, high security with low utility versus high utility with, let's say, elevated risk, that's the foundational step. But once you've secured that capital, we hit the next major inflection point.
Which is, how do you deploy it?
Right. How do you deploy it when the need arises? Moving large amounts from cold storage through an exchange, converting to fiat, and then sending it to a bank account can take days and incur layers and layers of fees.
That process is the friction. It's the entire reason why crypto hasn't fully replaced traditional payment methods yet. It's just too slow, too complicated, and it often leaves a traceable, expensive path.
Okay, let's pivot the discussion then. From pure security to pure utility, because this is where the market is innovating so rapidly. We've secured the funds. Now we need a seamless, instantaneous on-ramp to global commerce.
This is where that emerging third option in the solution landscape comes in.
The dedicated crypto spending infrastructure.
Exactly. This is where PintoPay enters the conversation. Our sources describe this type of infrastructure not just as a bridge, but as a next-gen service that seamlessly bridges crypto and traditional finance.
So it's a middle layer.
It functions as the crucial middle layer, yeah. It leverages your crypto assets instantly within the established fiat payment ecosystem.
So on a practical day-to-day level for the user, how does this process actually work? Do they just swipe their wallet?
Functionally, yes. It lets users spend their crypto instantly like cash using every familiar standard: Apple Pay, Google Pay, or physical Visa or MasterCard.
And the engine behind that?
The core engine is a secure neobank infrastructure. This handles the immediate crypto conversion and fiat settlement on the back end, making sure the transaction is compliant, fast, and legal for everyday purchases anywhere in the world that accepts standard cards.
So they are essentially taking on all the regulatory burden and the technical complexity of the conversion process, which, as we said, is the historical pain point.
They're providing the high-speed rails, so to speak.
For instant spending.
Exactly. The goal is instant utility and global reach. The sources highlight that customers are meant to receive instant use cards, virtual ones immediately available, which can be popped up in real time with either crypto or fiat.
So that capability completely sidesteps the traditional, often bureaucratic multi-step withdrawal process.
It makes your Bitcoin or your Ethereum as liquid as the dollars in your checking account.
Okay, here's where we move from the concept to the undeniable evidence of market strategy, right? Diving into the pricing structures revealed in the source material, we need to analyze these fee changes because they tell us a lot about PintoPay's strategy for achieving mass adoption.
Well, they are clearly operating a volume over margin strategy to rapidly capture market share. For example, the sources indicate a major reduction in the virtual card fee for Visa cards that support Apple and Google Pay. That cost was slashed from 25 USDT, which is around 25 US dollars, down to a mere 12 USDT.
Wow, that's a staggering reduction. Dropping a core onboarding fee by more than 50% is a powerful signal. It suggests they are trying to eliminate the friction barrier for first-time or casual users who might be hesitant about paying a steep upfront cost just to test the service.
Absolutely. And it's not just the card issuance fee. We also see the deposit fee, what it actually costs to load funds onto that card, reduced for the virtual card, moving from 2.0% down to 1.5%.
And while 0.5% may sound marginal, in the context of global transaction volumes, that competitive edge is enormous.
It really is.
It's the difference between being a niche product and becoming a core financial tool. They're positioning themselves to be the cheapest, fastest conduit between your secure digital assets and the traditional economy.
If you look at it structurally, they're sacrificing immediate revenue on the setup fees to ensure deep user stickiness and transaction volume.
Which is where the long-term revenue lies.
That's it.
Now, moving from the individual user experience to the core infrastructure, we get a look into the engine room. What's fascinating here is the evidence of scale and demonstrable adoption. The numbers prove this is not just a white paper concept. This is a functioning high-growth entity.
The 2026 growth indicators are solid evidence of rapid adoption. The total user base has reached 117,250 users. But let's look at the metrics that truly indicate utility, not just curiosity.
Right. Total registered users can be a vanity metric. We need active users.
Exactly. So they report 38,000 monthly active users, or MAU, and crucially, 12,500 daily active users, or DAU.
12,500 people using this every single day.
Yeah. Seeing 12,500 people using this service every day suggests this infrastructure is replacing their existing payment methods for daily needs, for coffee, groceries, online subscriptions. That reflects a massive behavioral shift and high trust in the system.
That level of habitual usage is the holy grail for a fintech solution. And this adoption isn't just limited to individual consumers. The sources highlight rapid expansion in their B2B partnerships.
Yeah, the B2B growth is a clear strategic focus. They're averaging 11 or more new integrations per month. This points to a powerful network effect. They're building the infrastructure, but they're relying on other crypto and fintech projects to handle the client acquisition.
So they're the wholesaler of financial utility.
That's a great way to put it.
And that leads directly into the core service they're providing to these partners. It seems they're selling the entire operational backbone, what the sources call financial logistics infrastructure. We should probably unpack that technical term for the listener.
Right. When we say financial logistics infrastructure, we mean they are handling the unsexy, necessary parts of modern finance that are complex and highly regulated. They sell the ability to move money securely and at scale, globally.
So they handle the entire regulatory and technical lift for their partners.
The mandated Know Your Customer, or KYC, the anti-money laundering, AML, checks, the cross-border currency conversions, and the final fiat settlement with traditional banks, all of it.
So their partners, other crypto firms, exchanges, wallet providers, they don't have to build complex regulatory compliance teams and banking relationships from scratch. PintoPay provides this certified conduit.
Precisely. They empower their partners to offer a truly scalable, secure money movement service to their own customer base without needing to secure their own MasterCard or Visa issuing licenses, which is an incredibly high barrier to entry.
And the core deliverable product for these partners is the card issuance itself, right?
Correct. They offer partners the ability to issue branded, virtual, and physical cards, both Visa and MasterCard, issued programmatically via an API. This allows for deep integration. And critically, they also offer full white label solutions for partners who want a ready-to-launch, fully branded product under their own name.
Let's turn now to the B2B partnership side, because this is where the decision framework mandated by the sources becomes so essential. The sources stresses there is no single best option, and the choice depends entirely on the partner's existing infrastructure, budget, and, I suppose, their appetite for control.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the choice between the two main formats they offer, API versus white label, it's a classic strategic decision. Integration and full control versus speed and convenience.
And the vast cost difference really reflects that.
It reflects the level of ownership and internal development the partner is prepared to assume. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's deep dive into those two main partnership formats, starting with the lean integration-focused model, the API solution.
So, the API solution is designed for projects that already have substantial internal development resources and their own existing fintech or crypto infrastructure. They have their own user-facing crypto wallets and just need the card issuance mechanism plugged directly into their existing code base.
And the cost for this is $9,500.
Yes, $9,500.
And that price point, under $10,000, is extremely attractive for established teams. But what exactly is included? And what are they responsible for?
It includes the complete API library, so all the tools and documentation needed for integration and L2 technical support. Now, L2 support is developer support. It means hands-on help integrating the API into your existing code. You're getting the engineering assistance.
But the limitations are key here.
They absolutely are. There is no built-in client interface provided, and there is no custom branding. It's purely the operational engine and the regulatory chassis.
It's like they're giving you a powerful, fully functional engine and transmission, but they expect you to design the bodywork, manage the maintenance, and build the dashboard yourself.
That's a perfect analogy.
That makes perfect sense. So it's for the experienced developer who wants ultimate control over the user experience and their own front end. On the flip side, we have the full package solution, the white label option.
The white label is the ready-made solution from the box. This is designed for projects that prioritize speed to market or perhaps projects without a deep in-house engineering team focused on front-end delivery. It is significantly more expensive at $30,500.
Okay, that's more than 3 times the cost of the API solution. What features justify that substantial price jump?
It includes everything needed to launch immediately. You get full L1 and L2 support, and L1 support is critical here because that means PintoPay handles the end-user customer help desk. The partner doesn't have to staff a 247 support line.
Right.
You also get a built-in client interface, full custom branding for instant product recognition, and even a referral program to jumpstart growth.
The sources even threw in an interesting detail about the white label, including a Telegram mini app. That immediately shows their focus on low-friction deployment, meeting users where they already are on popular chat platforms.
It's all about minimizing the partner's overhead and accelerating time to market. So the choice between $9,500 for the bare API and $30,500 for the fully supported white label, it hinges entirely on the partner's strategic goal.
Do they prioritize time to market and reduced operational lift, or maximum control over the UI and
That's
UX?
the question.
Now, once a partner chooses their model and deploys the service, how do they actually earn revenue? What's the financial incentive for integrating this utility?
The financial model is built for continuous recurring income based on usage and loyalty. Partners earn revenue from every single card they issue and every top-up transaction their users initiate.
So it incentivizes them to convert their existing crypto holders into active spenders. And the sources provide a really tangible forecast example to illustrate the revenue potential, which helps solidify why this is such an attractive business model for them.
Yeah, let's break down the potential. Assume a partner successfully converts, say, 1,000 of their existing users, and each of those users spends $1,000 per month using the card.
Okay.
That instantly generates $1 million in monthly transaction volume.
That's a very achievable target for many mid-sized crypto projects. So what does that $1 million volume translate into for the partner's pocket?
Based on the commission structure, which the sources indicate ranges from 1% to 4% depending on the specific service and volume, that partner is projected to earn a monthly income of between $10,000 and $20,000.
So if they capture just 1 to 2% commission on that $1 million volume, they are generating substantial recurring income. That recurring stream is powerful. It turns a previously passive asset holding into a functional, revenue-generating loyalty tool.
It shows the clear strategic incentive. These services transform secure holdings into immediate, globally accepted utility while simultaneously opening up a high-margin recurring revenue stream for the project itself. It fundamentally shifts the conversation from just securing assets to monetizing asset utility.
So to synthesize this entire deep dive, the key takeaway is that the strategic choice of wallet infrastructure, whether it's preservation, velocity, or monetization, is entirely context-dependent. The crypto landscape has matured to offer sophisticated options for every usage goal.
Right.
You must match the solution to the task, whether that's high-security cold storage for preservation, a fast-access hot wallet for active trading, or a specialized spending bridge like Pinto Pays cards for global instant liquidity.
But we must remember the necessary trade-off. While services like this offer the incredible benefit of instant global spending and functionally erase the border between crypto and fiat, using traditional finance rails inherently requires some centralization and reliance on regulated neobank infrastructure. Full decentralization and maximum security remain the sole domain of the cold storage wallet. It's a calculated trade for real-world utility.
So the market has fundamentally shifted to a position where secure long-term holdings can be instantly liquid globally without sacrificing compliance or speed.
And this raises an important question for you, the listener. Given the infrastructure is now robust enough for almost any crypto project to issue their own branded, instantly top-up crypto cards globally, what will be the next major disruption in financial logistics infrastructure?
We've achieved instant utility.
So what comes after the functional erasure of the border between digital assets and fiat systems? That is the true next frontier we need to watch.